All right, welcome to our little demo video on the male puppies in the Gabi and Tycho litter. Um, these guys are about 6.5, almost 7 weeks old. I think they'll be 7 weeks on Thursday, if I remember correctly. I've got my daughter here with me, helping kind of keep everybody wrangled, so we can keep everybody in view and kind of get a chance to look at the pups individually. Everybody should have been sent a picture by now of the pups in the group so you can see who's available, and have an idea of what we're looking at in terms of seeing them together, seeing them interacting with us, and knowing who's who. Um, Really, like I've said all along, there is very tiny differences between any of these pups. There's really one to five of that are the five that are left. There's hardly any difference total. You're really going to be splitting hairs with anything that you see. I don't have a particularly strong recommendation. Good boy. Hey. On any of them. Um, they're like freakishly similar in size. You can see they all interact with us very well. They like attention. They like to be, get some love. They come when we call them. Like, for example, little purple collars up here, kind of exploring a little bit. Pop, 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 pop. We give a little pop, pop, pop command, and they start coming to us. So, you know, um, anything that we see is definitely really splitting hairs. But I wanted to give you a chance to see them interacting here. At the moment, Red, for example, is being pretty boisterous, very playful. Um, but all of them, I think, are going to have an excellent temperament, and going to be very sweet. I got blue collar on my lap right here, playing with me. Purple collar and red collar over here with my daughter. Black collar right here is going potty in the grass, being a good boy. And it looks like pink collar back here is getting sleepy. So blue collar is definitely in the mood to play. But really, like I said, it's all minor differences. I would say I imagine they're all within a pound of each other in terms of total weight. For size, um, all of them are very energetic. Are playful. Um, Certainly not anything that I'm worried about. This one's being pretty sweet. But I want to give you a chance to see them up close on video in sunlight, kind of one after the other. So this is purple collar, coming up here to the camera. Handsome little fella. In terms of, the shades of brown, I would say that all of the males are what I would call from a medium chocolate to a dark chocolate. So purple right here, I would say is pretty typical. Red collar back here is harassing my daughter. Looks like the others are back here starting to have the batteries run down. This is the black collar male, and he may be slightly smaller. I mean, just again, really splitting hairs, but just, if we took collars off of all of them, it would be very hard to tell who's who at this point. Um, Cute little critters. Let's see. Here's the red collar who's been kind of chewing on everybody, playing with my daughter. Yeah, he's a handsome little fella. Definitely trying to get you a good look at him in direct sunlight. With chocolate colored brown puppies, yes. Oh, we give kisses. We give kisses. Okay, yes, we give kisses. Okay. Um, we want to bright sunlight lets you actually see some of the details of them. So red collar's being pretty sweet and lovey. And then pink collar apparently is a little bit tired. He's been laying down most of the time. Um, is the pink collared pup more mellow, more laid back? I don't know. Not by a huge margin. Definitely, handsome looking pup. Um, Maybe pink collar is slightly larger. Again, tiny, tiny differences in the whole group. So who did we not do? We did black. We did red. No, we did purple at the beginning. Did we do blue? I don't think we did blue. If we already did blue, well, we're going to do blue twice. So here is the blue collar puppy. Uh, Again, blue collar. I would describe all of them as sort of medium to dark chocolate, say on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being a very light, milky chocolate, and 10 being a dark chocolate. I'd say all of them are in like that 5 to 7 number. That shade is probably going to end up looking very similar to Tycho. So looking at Tycho's adult color, it's probably going to be a pretty good guess what all the males are going to look like. None of these puppies are huge. Like Tycho is a big dog. Tycho goes about 80 pounds. Um, and so Gabi is about 60 pounds. And it's at this point, because we had such a large litter, none of the pups are particularly big. But definitely they all are very sweet. If you put them on their back and put your face up to them, you'll get kisses. So this is Black Collar giving me kisses, being a good boy. Red Collar was giving me kisses earlier. Here's Pink Collar being put on his back, being given some scratchies. Again, there's the kisses. Oh yes, he's a good boy. They all seem to be willing to submit to being put on their back. So here's Blue Collar being put on their back. I would say Blue Collar may be slightly darker than the others. If I was picking which one was the darkest, I would say probably Blue Collar is the darkest. If I was picking the biggest one, I would say Pink Collar is probably the biggest. Red Collar is maybe the most playful. And black and purple are kind of in the middle. It really, like I said, the whole thing is you're really splitting hairs in terms of which pup you pick. But the moral of the story is you can't go wrong with any of them. Picking first or picking last of what's left, it's not going to make much of a difference because they are extremely similar. That little red collar's being pretty playful at the moment. But anyway, that gives you a good look at the individual male puppies in the Gabi Tycho litter.